All right, I'm back for day two, which is a good thing. I had a lot of apprehension again today about doing it, and that made me say, I guess it's time to get my ass up and go make another video. So I just finished watching my first one, and obviously it could have been better, but I came up with a couple of questions that if I actually had people that I might have asked, and it's a lot of the hows and the everydays that you do without going to a meeting, or how do you keep reminding yourself over and over? How do you stay strong without? Because so many people need the first thing they need to do is go to their local meeting and talk about it. I don't have that option. I have family members that I call, people that I trust to be honest with, because that's a big thing for me, of just being honest with where the hell you're at and what's going on. Anyway, so I'm going to talk a little bit about distractions and how they were so successful for me. Of just, well, after you've been in recovery for so long, you've heard all of the sayings, you've heard all the tools to use. You've been told, like if you've been in as long as I have, which is basically 30 years, I can say now in the field of getting better. You have tools you've learned along the way, whether it just be the breathing techniques or the journaling techniques, or I'm trying a new technique right now with this video, just seeing if it makes me feel better, knowing I'm providing content that could be used to help somebody later. Or hell, maybe my kids just have video of me later when all this whole story comes to a conclusion. But yeah, distractions. I told you yesterday that I was lucky enough to get about 2 weeks in with just built-in distractions, which I should say, Love Inc. was wonderful with helping me with the medical supplies. I suggest if you live anywhere in like West Michigan area, they're a great resource to help you get some of the necessities you need just to get started. So, I got all that stuff, brought it home, and now I'm here, I'm by myself, essentially, what feels like 22 hours a day, which it's close, with when you have actual alone time. So I need something. So I started out simple with puzzles and stuff like that I could do that I didn't need to get up. I didn't need they weren't physical activities. And each thing led to the next thing of just, you know, distracting me, keep you from thinking about alcohol. And by this point in my own recovery, I have realized that I'm screwed basically. I've been sober now for 3 weeks. I can do it, but now I'm in pain all day, every day, one way or another, whether it be sick to my stomach or this, that, and the others. And now I'm coming to, all this stuff slamming me in the face of realizing you got cirrhosis. And I swear every time I force another test to be done around here, I find out I have a new symptom, whether it be glaucoma or, yeah, hopefully you guys get to your stories. Your stories don't go that far, but mine did. So, like I say, I had built in strategies and things to keep focus on whenever I had that feeling like, man, I really could use a drink. I could really, this is exactly why I drank. I remember saying that to myself all the damn time was, you know, this is what makes it so obvious to me of how I got where I was is not many things happen normally for me. I I always seem to be the special case. I get told all the time, like, oh, somehow we didn't call you for scheduling, just normal things like that. Nothing simple. So just out of the complexity of how much shit I had to go through for everything, whether it be getting medications or getting specialists or getting anything like that, nothing came easy. But And that also led to a lot of like self-realization after I'd get a little accomplishment here and there. Like, damn, everybody around you is telling you how proud of you they are, of how they can't believe you've come this far, and you're not getting help. You're getting congratulated on how you helped yourself before they needed to help you. That's great, but I mean, you feel like shit. Like you're always scared. You're scared about the future. You have to be in the beginning after drinking that long or doing whatever you've done. If you're not on guard, you're probably gonna fail. But we'll keep going into those stories all the time. But my whole point is that I learned through the beginning of doing my sobriety by myself that I am powerful, even by myself. I can go above and beyond these doctors. And I think of it as I used my addiction to my advantage finally. I always, I get addicted to anything I enjoy. It's just the way it is, period. So I started just thinking of ways that I could use that to my advantage. And I'll be damned if it didn't help a lot. Like certain things that I used to distract myself early on was the Funko Pops, as you can see in the background. Uh, they were a great outlet because I love finding deals, and they were in the cheap price range where I could get away with buying a couple a week and it wouldn't kill me. And once again, that's all thanks to Angela, my partner, and she, without her, I would not have made it. There wasn't enough damn people to take care of me. Period. I mean, I can laugh and be honest about it now because I made it through and I'm starting to feel like I'm contributing and all those good things. They're finally coming. But I have to face the reality that if I didn't have somebody that was willing to take on those responsibilities of helping me just financially, give me a roof, give me this or that, just basically I need a pack of smokes a day and a few dollars in my wallet. But never too much because then you can go buy booze. That was another thing that a way of making myself quit was I gave away all my money right away, all the time. In the beginning, I tried to never have more than a few dollars because I didn't want it to feel like I had the option ever to do something stupid behind her back. Or, I was always grateful a lot in the beginning of the fact that I had somebody that really cared for me that much. I mean, I'll get into all of this stuff a lot more deeply, but I mean, if you're willing to quit quit drinking for somebody else and at work when you don't necessarily have a health problem yet. I mean, it's clear, but you haven't gotten as low as the person you're with. But she did. She quit with me, and that was also another thing. Give yourself some more people to, so to speak, let down so that you just get that moment in your mind to think twice. Like, shit, she's giving up all this stuff going to work every day, and I'm over here dreaming about a damn natural ice tall boy. Those damn things ain't good on their best day. So, a lot of self-reflecting. I got opportunities for every turn in my personal recovery. Uh, I'd like to say that any which way works, but for me, it was a matter of remembering all the things I'd been taught all the way through, whether it be way back in the day to CDC clinic in Grand Haven, all the way to Nokomis when I was in my teens to, I've been in a lot of experimental programs, to be honest with you, because of how early in the area I lived in it wasn't common, or it was, it wasn't prolific at the moment. But so yeah, you use all the stuff that you remember along the way, and you take some, you leave some. I've always had spirituality kind of crammed down my throat, so in mine, it's not that in my stubbornness, I uh I need to get there myself. I've been pushed and pushed and pushed, And a lot of that is why I feel like I have been successful. They always tell the old adage, get rid of everything to start quitting. Well, mine isn't exactly that story. I'd already gotten rid of everything probably 3 times in my life, and I'd finally got even. I got out of living in a car. I mean, I survived a lot of things, but I had more. Even though I thought I had no reasons left when this started, I began finding them. Whether they, I used a lot of people. More, uh, and mostly the whole idea of, do I want to be remembered like this? Like somehow I have turned wetting the bed into some kind of normal thing, like coming around with a damn mat everywhere you go. That's a whole nother story too, about how your addiction can change other people around you. And that's a whole another aspect to deal with, is to remember, where everybody else is and how long did they love you past normal, to where I somehow made it a joke that I destroy couches all over the place. And that shit's not funny, but it happened. And I only tell that story because it shows how far along I was willing to take my addiction, where, that didn't stop me. How do you stop passing out at people's houses? Like, that's just not an option. So, what's the next best thing? Well, try to turn it into a joke. But in reality, you're the joke. That's, and you're just lying to yourself. It's all self perception and how you feel about yourself in the moment. But everybody, I mean, every day you do and making something else horrible normal, uh, you're making people less likely to believe in you, that you could change. You're on a destructive path on your way to death. And changing people's way of thinking is just as difficult as changing your own way of thinking, because we've done this for so long at this point. We're 25 years. It seems crazy that I can use 30 years all the time now for this or that, but I can. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that I survived past all of this. I know I'm all over the place. I hope to keep working on that as we do more and more of this, but I kind of like the whole organic feel of, I'm just going to use this to let out some of my feelings and some of my thoughts that I don't have enough people to tell. There's not enough people in the world to tell all the things I have to say. So hopefully this was one more outlet of not driving my loved ones nuts about talking all the time. But all right, so I guess I will probably stop this video and try to rewatch again to make sure I didn't miss anything. So will be back with another video hopefully tomorrow. I feel good about today, though. Like I said, half the struggle was just making myself do this again. And after yesterday, I did realize that keeping an eye on the clock is no way to make videos. You just need to get your thought out there and maybe work on it in the editing processes to clean the shit up. But don't worry about it when you first start, in my opinion. That'll come with time. And who knows if anybody ever watches this shit. But like I said, I'm going to go back and make sure that I am answering all the questions that I'm bringing up, and I will see you next time.